Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Remy Hadassah. If you've been here before, well, welcome and thank you for coming back. This quick video is just to come. It's a follow-up, basically. If you've been here before, then you would have hopefully seen a couple of videos I made earlier this month covering a Hyperverse, Hypernation, Hypercosmos move to Daoversal and the current current holding platform, which is a hyper community where we can still view our assets. And I did say that I will do a follow-up just to update as and when I find out more information. At the time I did the other recordings, I couldn't see my team within Daoversal, and yeah, a few things just weren't clear at the time. So today I'm just going to do, I don't want this video to be lengthy at all. Hopefully not more than 10 minutes. I'm just going to share my screen and show you how to navigate and look at your team within the Daoversal platform. And please understand, this is not me. I'm not trying to sell the Daoversal platform to anyone. I'm not saying go on there and start buying planets and stuff like that. I'm strictly restricting this hyper community related videos that I'm making to just to help people understand what exactly is happening, the whole process, how we've been acquired by Daoversal within the community wealth management platform, and then what hopefully would be doing within the Daoversal platform. And certainly if you haven't seen the other videos, I would encourage you, strongly recommend that you go watch them. If in case you got this link, this video on its own, then click on my actual YouTube channel and then go on and I put them within a playlist, so you can look in the playlist. Only a couple of them. I will be adding this one as well as a follow-up video. It's important you go watch the one that talks about Hyperverse migration first, then the process of logging into Daoversal and setting up a new email address and all that. If you find it's a bit confusing right now, don't worry. When you watch the videos, you would understand. So for this one, I will be briefly going over what's going to happen in regards to funds being released over time, and then show you how to navigate to view your team. So bear with me whilst I share my screen. Where are you? There's a lot going on the same time, so people are quite like confused. I already had this open. So you log into Daoversal and then you go to invite. So you click on this invite here. You can see what's on the screen, your current ranking, assuming people are partaking in participating within the ecosystem of Daoversal and the other good stuff that they have available. But for now, just looking at your team. If you go to your team, select view list. Okay. Now, when you view the list, I'm sorry, when you click on view list, it brings you here. So these are my my direct downlines from Hyperverse, and obviously some of them had their downlines as well. So anyway, so this is how you navigate to see your team. The last video I made, like I said, I didn't know, I couldn't get through to this one, but I found out now, thankfully. So this is how you see your people. Now, with regards to what everyone, myself inclusive, are really interested in knowing is how exactly do we get our funds released? Now it's going to be via a process called targeted financial assistance, TFA. TFA, Targeted Financial Assistance. Now, although right now we have our assets, we can view our assets within the Holding Hyper Community Wealth Management platform. It's on there, we can go on there and look at it, whatever. But when the Daoversal team are ready, we would then need to go and get our funds moved over. Now, this is not you withdrawing into a wallet and then and then moving it into Daoversal. It's nothing like that. But there will be a process of going to get our funds moved over into Daoversal. I mean, obviously, they already have access to our data, as you can see. I mean, my team and everything is showing. But to formally get your funds over. And for those who are thinking, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't want my funds moved over. You don't really have a choice, not unless you're happy to just leave it and let it just fizzle away like that. But I would encourage you, look, we have waited for over 18 months now. It's been a while that things sort of just abruptly stopped in Hyperverse and then Hypernation for those who moved on to Hypernation. Then Satoshi AI, which I never participated in, but people had started, but then nothing really had happened. So we've waited this long. We might as well. The TFA process would take a while, and everyone, basically, the Daoversal platform are going to have 3 different packages, ranging from $5,000, $50,000, $500,000. Now, every single one of us, regardless of how much you had pending, whether you have $1 million in your pending or $3,000 in your pending, everyone starts from the $5,000 package. Now, in order not to complicate things and confuse you guys and confuse myself, I'm keeping this very, very basic. There are platforms you can connect with, plug into, and be able to ask questions, find out what's happening. And I'm going to have links available as well. I can't put links within description, but I will make some comments and add links. So for instance, the Daoversal, we are Daoversal Telegram chat group. I will have their link on there. And I would recommend that you click on it, join, and be able to ask questions. There are people on there, some of them I know, who would reply to your questions. And every now and then you might see the CEO, Jonah, pop in with a message or something, but be on there if you possibly can. And there's a guy called David Frank. If you do join the Telegram group for Daoversal, there's a guy called David Frank, and you can look him up and maybe send him a message or something, or address him within the group. But you will certainly have people responding to your questions, and so I do recommend that. Anyway, so look out within my comments in later on after you've watched this. So the TFA process requires us to subscribe to the pack when we're all starting from the $5,000 one. And no, you don't have to bring in fresh funds. You're not bringing in fresh funds, please, because I can just hear someone say, also, they want us to add more money. No, you don't have to bring in fresh funds. As a Hyperverse, Hypernation, Satoshi AI person coming in and wanting, you're not interested in anything. You don't want to buy planets, buy lands or anything. You just want your Hyperverse funds to be released. This is what will be required to do. So we would, at the point when they're ready, get our funds moved over. So it's here within the Daoversal platform. And I understand that we would have to charge, we would have to charge our accounts daily. So you would log in and there'll be a button somewhere. I don't know where, but there'll be a button somewhere you go click on to charge. And then as you charge daily, once you get to 30% of the funds within your pending rewards, because it is from our pendings that the funds will be released. Once you get to 30% mark of it, then you start getting getting funds released. I believe it's not point. I don't want to give the wrong. I think. I didn't write down the I think it's 1.5. Yeah, I think it's anyway, small percentage. Nevertheless, it is something at the end of the day. Then you keep charging until you get to the 100% mark. Oh, and assuming you have 3,000, because I say, oh, but I don't have up to $5,000 in my pending. I understand that they will have smaller packages. That's what I've heard. So I guess just as yourselves, it's all really, we're just waiting. So there will be smaller packages, but understand that whatever you have in your pending rewards, they would 1.5 times it. So if you have if you have $5,000 currently in your pending rewards from Hyperverse, 1.5 of that will be 7,500. So your $5,000 becomes 7,500. So you come in daily, you charge, you press the charge button. However, they have that on the screen for us to have access to. Once you get to the 30% of that 7,000, 30% of the funds, then they start to release it. But then you keep charging, obviously, because you want to get to the 100%. The number of days I don't even want to say, but like over 200 plus days to get to the 30% mark, and then to get to the 100% mark, and then to get the full 7,500, which is inclusive of the extra beat that they've given. That will take quite hundreds of days. But I'll say don't despair. We've waited this long. At least you will be able to get something to be able to withdraw. That's how I see it. Now, I understand also that you can make the release time faster by if you do subscribe to something. So say, for instance, you buy a land, you're active. But like I said, that is not a requirement. It's not a prereq for anyone to get their to start getting their funds released. It's just that it's available for people who want to, what, I want to fast track this a bit. I'm not sure by how much by, but that is available. And I do know people who certainly want to be part of what Daoversal are doing. Once again, let me just quickly mention this, as this has nothing to do with Sam Lee. Sam Lee's project is different. I've mentioned that in my other videos. I am involved in something else that he's doing, but this is about the Hyperverse, Hypernation, the Hyper community. So I will stop sharing for the moment and just talk for a few minutes. So yes, guys, that in a nutshell, that's what's happening. You need to log in, charge your account, gets to the 30% mark of your funds, then they start to release it, and it starts to trickle down daily. You keep charging. Once you've charged up to 100%, the system does all the calculations. So we're not the ones that will be calculating it. It's just so you understand the process that will be in place. That hasn't started yet. We don't know exactly when, but we'll definitely do a quick, might not be a Zoom, maybe just do a quick video and post when we get the go ahead that yes, it is time. But understand that if you do not plug in to charge your account daily, and it goes beyond the time, we lose the money. So maybe some people don't mind, but I do know that a lot of people would love to have their funds released back to them. And this is not just 1x. It's everything you have within your pending rewards. So it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win. Yes, it's going to take a while, but it's still better than nothing. Anyway, thank you so much. Bless you. Shabbat shalom.